Hello, and welcome to James, the Leslie's Express Lane, where we get you on as fast as possible, doing my first true XFL power rankings. Obviously, there was no last season or season before, there's no history of these teams, try and figure out where they should be, but now after 4 games, it's going to be a little easier. And yes, as a DC Defender fan, I'm a little disappointed. Just a little. I thought, alright, the Wildcats road game, it's in LA. It's as far as you can possibly get for them without having to go to Hawaii. So, alright, I'll give them that. 50% completion rating, not the best. 103 yards, trash. 0 touchdowns, trash. 4 interceptions, trash. It's like, we're going to the Vipers. The Vipers are 0-3. The Vipers have been absolutely just garbage. Oh. As it turns out, it doesn't matter. It's just so bad right now, guys. I just don't know what to say. Like, seriously, people, what the beep happened against the Vipers? 40% completion rating, 72 yards. Although, a lot of that was there's no run defense. The run defense doesn't exist. It's like, what, 6 yards a carry for the Vipers? Just, oh, it's 1st and 10, run the ball. Oh, it's 2nd and 4, run the ball, 1st down. So obviously you had to play from behind, and when you're playing from behind, it's obviously going to be pass, pass, pass. Do we need to guard against the run? No. They need to score 3 touchdowns. They're going to be throwing the ball. Which obviously makes it easier for the opposite team's defense to know what you're doing. Fuck. Anyways. Come on, XFL. Anyways, number 1, obviously, the undefeated Houston Roughnecks. P.J. Walker passed for over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception in the victory against the Dallas Renegades. Dallas Renegades were looking to try to maybe make a dent on the XFL West. Didn't happen. P.J. Walker is like 20 yards away, 15 yards away from 1,000 yards already. He also has 12 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He has been the best quarterback in the league so far. And next week, they go home to face the Seattle Dragons. Yikes. One thing I like about P.J. Walker is he's in the league because he sat behind Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck's dad's like the general commissioner, or whatever you want to call it, of the XFL. So Andrew Luck's like, hey, Dad, great kid sat behind me, never really had a chance to start. Maybe give him a shot in the XFL. Well, they did, and he's leading the Houston Roughnecks to an undefeated season so far. Next, number 2, 3-1, Battle Hawks. I rooted for the DC Defenders because, A, they were the closest team by about 10 miles. St. Louis is about 10 miles farther, but also because of Cordell Jones, OSU quarterback. Like, I'm not even an OSU fan, but Ohio, OSU, I root for him. Well, obviously, that's only 1 game a week. Started rooting for the Houston Roughnecks because that's where my lady's from. Rooting for the St. Louis Battlehawks because fuck the Rams. I think I looked. No, I didn't look it up. My friend looked it up to see like why they didn't go with the Rams. And Steve Kroenke, however you pronounce his last name, still technically holds the copyright to that, or trademark, something like that. So they couldn't go with the St. Louis Rams. It's like, but you're not in St. Louis anymore. Give it up. Anyways, number 2, St. Louis Battlehawks at 3-1. Their quarterback is just amazing. Maybe not as good as P.J. Walker, but god damn. He had almost 300 yards. Actually, no, he had over 300 yards combined between rushing and passing. Holy shit. Damn, I should have had his stats right. It was like 871. 72 yards passing, which put him 2nd in the league. Like, damn. St. Louis travels to DC in week 5. Ouch. This would be a big matchup. If DC Defenders win, bam, they're just boom, jump back up in the hunt for the playoff spot. If the DC Defenders lose, I don't see St. Louis losing that lead. Obviously, anything can happen, injuries and stuff like that, but St. Louis could easily go 8-2, 9-1 if they're able to get past the DC defenders. If the DC defenders can't figure out what the beep is wrong with them. Next, number 3, Dallas Renegades. The Renegades, one week they're hot, the next week they're not. They're they're a lot like the AFC South, where one week they could beat any team, next week, not so much. I saw Landry Jones got hurt. I don't know if it's going to be a season thing or is this for the rest of that game, but that could really hurt them. But one bright spot for them is Darnold Palmer, the 6'8" tight end. He was undrafted, went to the Lions, got cut, went to the Redskins, got cut. It's like, no one gave him a shot. He is 6'8". He literally, I think it was like a 7-foot wingspan. Holy hell. It's like, oh no, this cornerback's trying to guard me. It's okay, little cornerback. It's understandable you can't guard against me. Like, you just reach up, grab the ball, and be higher up than any other defender's going to be able to stop him. Did hear that Dallas Cowboys were at the Renegade Houston game, and he was one of the spots that they were looking at. So who knows? Maybe he'll be playing for the Dallas Cowboys later this year. With Tom Brady at quarterback. They're saying he might go there, but I might be looking at Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater went undefeated, just saying. Number 4. They're both 2-2, but after the shit show the DC Defenders have been, I could not put him at number 4. So number 4, New York Guardians. They found their quarterback in the former AAF star Luis Perez and just barely squeaked out the victory against the Los Angeles Wildcats. He had 150 touchdowns, 150 yards and a touchdown. Not the best, but they did a lot for the run game. And for the last couple of drives, like, don't turn the ball over. Don't turn the ball over. Whatever you do not turn the ball over. So, don't throw the ball. Just put it on the ground. Or do the little short doink passes like, all right, you go out 3 yards, cut across, open, gotcha. And they still remain in the playoff on the XFL East because DC Defenders are 2-2 as well. And the Tampa Bay Vipers are 1-3. So at 2-2, they're still in the playoff hunt. Speaking of 2-2 in playoff hunt, kind of, technically, not really. DC Defenders, I'm being harsh on them, but that's because I picked you guys. I picked you to be my team. And my friends did too. Like, this is the first time my friends and I have all been rooting for the same team ever. And then you had to just get blown out on the road. 1, they have no run defense. I don't know what. Like, at halftime, you think they'd go, all right, our run defense sucks. We're going to put 8 men in the box. Nah, let's just let them run for 6 yards every time they touch the ball. Stupid. 2, with the other teams being able to put up 30 points by the first 10, 20 plays. Because what was this? Damn, I'm trying to remember the stat. It was like, DC Defenders have, 8 plays in the first quarter. This team had 20 plays, and every single play ended in a touchdown. It's like, come on! It wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad. But they're going back home against the St. Louis Battlehawks, who are 3-1. But they're going to be at home where they're undefeated for now. Cordell Jones being able to throw dimes was one of the best things that you saw coming out of college. But when the defense knows, like, they're down by 30 points, they got to throw the ball. Put as the fewest men you can put on the line, do that, and everyone else double guard every single wide receiver and tight end. Because we don't need to worry about the run, because they got to throw the ball. So even though he's thrown one of his interceptions from last week, it was a beautiful, it was perfect. And the guy beat the one corner, but he couldn't beat the safety. And so the safety was able to get it. So if he wasn't double covered, it would have been a touchdown. But because the team knew, it was like, don't guard anyone on the line. fuck, they're not going to run. They got to throw. So every wide receiver is double covered. So no matter how beautiful a pass you throw, all right, you beat the corner, you lost to the safety. You beat the safety, you lost to the linebacker. You beat the linebacker, you lost to the corner. Damn it. Anyways, 3-1-3 teams. Not the Wildcats. So we'll go with Seattle Dragons. They're the latest team to switch at quarterback. Seattle bench Silvers for Daniels, former star quarterback at South Florida, and they lost to St. Louis Battlehawks. This is why I put them at 6, because they lost to the Battlehawks. It's not like they lost to the Wildcats or the Vipers. They lost to the Battlehawks. So losing to them isn't as big of a deal, in my opinion. He was, guy, I don't think he only had like 50, 60 yards in the air. But he had an 84 on the ground, so a lot like Baltimore Ravens quarterback. Dang it, I cannot remember his name right now. Seattle made it interesting. Like, they started to catch up, and then they didn't catch up. Terrible. So next, at number 7, I like Josh Johnson better, so we'll go with LA Wildcats. Josh Johnson had a ton of yards and 2 touchdowns. And he gets better every week at quarterback. But they've just been shit tackling third downs. A lot of times it's because they're like, no, it's 3rd and 12, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 10. It's not 3rd and 1. But his wide receiver's been doing great. He has 2 of them over 200 yards already. Like, his wide receiver's doing good. He's doing good. It's just defense. Run game has not been the best, so defense learned, like, hey, they got to throw the ball, especially when they're down. But, man. And they're going to be playing Tampa Bay at home next week, so I expect them to get that win. Get up to 2-3. So, finally, yes, number 8, Tampa Bay Vipers. Had a huge fucking lead at halftime. 223 yards in the first 2 quarters. Cornelius was amazing. That run game. Although was the run game that good? They were showing like the Las Vegas odds. It was like, oh yeah, the running back Devion Smith over under is 35 yards. He had that in like the first 3 carries. I mean, and he wasn't the only one. Both running backs they had on the team broke 100 yards. 2 running backs broke 100 yards. Both running backs got 100 yards rushing. Again, is that just really shit tackler run defense from the DC defenders that we also saw from last week as well? Or should Tampa Bay be like, we don't need a quarterback? Post up from the stands is, all right, you say hike, you hand the ball off to that running back. Next play, you say hike, hand the ball off to that running back. God damn, that was one hell of a run game. Like, watching that, it's like, holy shit. Why don't we have one of their running backs? But it could just be the O-line. Look at Dallas. Dallas has an amazing O-line. Makes any running back behind him look good. Anyways, what do you guys think? Am I just being a little too harsh on Cordell Jones and the defenders? Maybe, but I picked you to be my team. Stop sucking. And have you guys been enjoying it? I mean, I've been loving, even when, obviously, defenders are getting blown out, but I'm still loving every game. I'm still loving the interaction on the field, interaction with the reporters, the commentary, the transparency of it all. Defensive player for the Guardians, I think it was, got a ticky-tack pass interference call. Ref throws a flag. He catches the flag in midair, yells bullshit, and throws it back at the ref. Yeah, he got a penalty for that one. I don't know if he was fine, though. But again, it's XFL. It's like, all right, we're going to fine him $500. Oh, shit, that's 3 games. All right, it's not 3 games, but still, they don't get paid that much. God, I can't wait for next week. DC defenders at home. Hopefully, they can actually look competent. Even if they lose, just don't get blown out. If it's 25-31, I'll be happy with that. Don't get blown out again, assholes. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have a wonderful day.